Say rolling around, sitting on doves, can't lie, I was high on shrubs.
So then go back with another video. I'm Strange Wang, he is Nate. Today we are doing the romantic film Oscars, which the idea is the Oscars only for romance films. So your rom-coms, your pure romances, your 1800 romance films with all the diseases and shit, those movies are all nominated for what Oscars?
So we have Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Cinematography.
And because we're two men who love rom-coms especially, we made a rule. Movie can only be nominated twice. So if it's an actor and the screenplay or an actress and the Best Picture, that shit counts as that movie being nominated twice. Mm-hmm. Obviously. So let's get into it.
Cool. My three nominees for Best Cinematography in a Romance Film are Lost in Translation.
Didn't even touch it.
Yeah. Her.
Wow.
And Sleepless in Seattle.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, the rule is the one we have in common is the winner because it got the most votes. So my movies for Best Cinematography is Before Sunrise. The Before film series as a whole is all shot very beautifully because of the locations they're at. These are phenomenal romance films, but I felt like you can't have one without the other. So I just picked my favorite one, and I was like, I'm just going to nominate it because I felt like it needed to be nominated for something. La La Land. Very beautiful.
Wow.
Surprisingly, Her was nominated. I'm not a fan of the movie.
Oh, sick.
I'm not a fan of the movie.
Yeah.
However,
it's beautiful.
I cannot deny that film is gorgeous.
Yeah.
That film is like the Nicki Minaj of romantic cinematography movies. It's fucking beautiful. So, your winner for the best cinematography in the romance Oscars is Her.
Yeah, that's a good winner. It really is.
Yeah.
Also, major plot twist for this. I did not even. It is one of my favorite movies. I didn't even think about La La Land. I have zero, and I'm not changing it now. I have 0 nominations for La La Land.
Would you though?
Yeah, I probably would have dropped Sleepless and threw it in there.
I'm talking about out of any of the categories.
Yeah, well, I can think of one where I honestly might pull a switcheroo, but I don't know that it matters that much. But
all right,
we'll
well,
see.
It could be this category, and it is best screenplays. For my nominations, I have Richard Curtis for Notting Hill. I have Nora Ephron for When Harry Met Sally. And I have all 5 writers that wrote Casablanca.
Okay.
That's my 3 nominations.
Cool. We don't have any in common, so we're going to get to have some fun.
What?
With this. Yeah.
There's one correct answer, and I'm pissed.
I had picked it for 2 other categories. I couldn't use When Harry Met Sally 3 times. I had to pick it for a different category.
Well, I'm glad you know.
Yeah. So, for screenplay, I have Spike Jonze for Her. Sofia Coppola for Lost in Translation, and Richard Curtis for About Time.
Holy shit. I was like, no. I love Notting Hill. Oh, dude. What a travesty.
Yeah.
So this is interesting because as I've shown my love for When Harry Met Sally by my outburst of we have none in common, I can only use Harry Met Sally one more time.
Right.
You cannot use Lost in Translation. You cannot use Her again.
Yeah, and I'm not using either of those again. So.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
How we do this is when we have none in common, I take one off of my list, he takes one out of his list, and then we take one off of each other's. So I will be dropping Notting Hill nomination for best screenplay. So I have When Harry Met Sally left and Casablanca.
Yeah, so I played some strategy here. I'm gonna go ahead and knock off About Time.
Richard Curtis, no love.
Yeah. And then so you have, what was your other one besides Harry Met Sally?
Casablanca.
Okay, I'm gonna go and knock off Casablanca off yours.
And you have left.
Her and Lost in Translation.
I'm knocking off Her.
Oh, okay, well, I'm with you on When Harry Met Sally.
Yes.
And so my strategy was I knew you were gonna pick that for that, and I wanted it to win.
Me
So
too.
I was like, I don't have to waste a slot when I know he's gonna put it on there because I can just pick it.
I hope it wins 4 Oscars then.
It might.
I love this
It
fucking movie.
legitimately could. So you want to do director?
That's what I have next.
Okay. So for director, I have Rob Reiner for When Harry Met Sally, Sofia Coppola for Lost in Translation, and Richard Curtis for About Time.
Wow. None in common again.
Oh, also, damn, I did have Lost in Translation on here 3 times, but that's okay. Okay, wait, I'm going to take Sofia Coppola off, and I'm going to say Damien Chazelle for La La Land, which is where I would have put him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a fan of this movie. You aren't. I am. I enjoyed it a lot. I have Celine's Song for Past Lives.
It's grown on me. But
I have James Cameron for Titanic.
Oh, that's good. I didn't even think about Titanic.
And I have Damien Chazelle for La La Land.
Oh, sick. Yes, my boy.
We have one in common now because of the two-man rule.
Yeah.
La La Land, Damien Chazelle, Best Director.
Yeah. Deservedly. That's an incredibly well-directed movie.
You get
yeah.
the
And he won the actual Oscar, too. I'm pretty sure.
He did. They won 13.
Yeah. Okay. Actress.
That's what I have next.
All right. So I have... This one's going to be interesting because we probably have the same person nominated, but it's do we have them nominated for the same movie, which is probably not.
And also, actress, I feel like... How do you narrow it down to just 3? This was... Other than Best Picture, this was the hardest category for me.
Yeah.
So...
I just picked the first 3 really good ones that came to my mind. And this is a category where I went like... I picked a couple movies that like might not have gotten brought up otherwise.
Yeah.
So for actress, I have Greta Lee for Past Lives. Very new.
Wow.
But she's
yeah.
very new, but she's incredible in it. Keira Knightley for Pride and Prejudice. And how could you not nominate Meg Ryan in a Best Actress column? But I picked her for Sleepless because I feel like she does a little bit more in Sleepless than You've Got Mail or When Harry Met Sally.
Okay. So my 3 nominations for Best Actress is going to be Julia Roberts as Vivian Ward in Pretty Woman.
It's a good one.
Incredible. Katharine Hepburn as Tracy Lord in The Philadelphia Story. And I wish I could change it. Meg Ryan as Annie Reid in Sleepless in Seattle.
Nice.
Personally,
Yeah.
if I got to pick a winner based on my 3,
Yeah.
Julia Roberts would be taking home the Oscar.
It's a good one.
We both have Meg Ryan in common.
Yep.
Meg
Default.
Ryan, very deserving. She is a heavyweight in the rom-com genre.
Right.
So, it is what it is. Meg Ryan, Sleepless in Seattle, Andy Reid takes the Oscar home. So, we have Best Actor next. And I have Hugh Grant as Daniel C. in Bridget Jones' Diary. I can't read.
Okay.
We have Hugh Grant as Charles in Four Weddings and a Funeral.
Okay.
We also have Hugh Grant
Oh
as
my God.
William Thacker in Notting Hill.
Yeah. This is going to be hilarious.
He's taking the Oscar home one way or the
this
other.
is gonna be
You talk
hilarious.
about strategy.
Oh, this...
Nobody's better than Hugh Grant in a rom-com.
Listen.
I want them to know.
Listen, because I don't disagree with you. Because for actor, I have Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca. I have Ryan Gosling in The Notebook. And if you had to pick one of those 3 movies, which one would you want him to win for?
Notting Hill.
Well, that's too damn bad because I have Hugh Grant for Four Weddings and a Funeral.
I'll take it. That's my second. That's my second. I'll take it. Fuck yeah. Hugh Grant takes home the Oscar deservingly. 4 nominations for this man.
Well, yeah, technically 3 because
Technically
for
3,
the same movie,
but incredible, unprecedented. So next we have the big one.
Yep, that's fun.
Best Picture.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's going to be interesting because there's one that I know for sure we have in common. but I feel like there might be a second, which will make it interesting.
I feel like there is 2.
So maybe 3. Who knows? I
don't think so.
Unless you nominated fucking The Big Sick, just because you knew the other 2 were going to be on there. But
Unfortunately, there was a few I couldn't put on here.
Yeah.
If there was room for 3 more movies, Bring It Up, Baby, The Big Sick, Always Be My Maybe, would all 3 be nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
However, I couldn't fit those on the list realistically.
Yeah.
Because it comes down to it. I have to be as non-biased as possible. Her is a beautiful looking film.
Yeah.
I cannot put a movie I love like Always Be My Maybe just because I like it more.
Right.
It's tough. It
yeah.
sucks.
I kind of rushed to make my list, so I didn't dig as deep into like my film knowledge as I could have. So like, I didn't really get into Philadelphia, Bring It Up, Baby, the classics. Like I could have easily put like fucking Top Hat on here or something like that. But anyway, I'm still very happy with my list because they're great movies. So my nominees for best film: When Harry Met Sally, Casablanca, and You've Got Mail.
We do have 2 in common.
Okay.
The one that's going to lose because we don't have it is Titanic.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Titanic for the first time in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Fell in love with it.
Great.
Such a
It's
good fucking movie.
Yeah.
The romance is so great. I also have Casablanca, When Harry Met Sally. Now it's the hard part.
Yeah, it's tough.
You have to kill one of your kids.
Yeah.
You gotta let one of them die. You can only save one. So Casablanca has more going on.
Right.
It's in the war setting, which you could argue deters it from being a pure romance movie, or you could say it heightens the love.
That's
which it does.
I'm not saying that I'm still deciding what I want to pick as the winner. I would lean that way.
Yeah.
And that the wartime setting like
it
adds more to the romantic aspects of the film. It's tough because I think objectively When Harry Met Sally is the best romantic comedy of all time. I also think like objectively Casablanca is the best romance movie of all time. I'm also on record multiple times saying that in terms of just like pure vibes, I think Casablanca is the most romantic movie of all time. But we're looking at best picture, not just like romance vibes. So we're looking at the whole thing, like how performances, how well was it made? Like, I don't know how I'm going to make a decision here, honestly.
So, if I was being biased as a motherfucker,
you'd pick When Harry Met Sally all day.
Without even thinking about it.
But if I was being biased, I would pick Casablanca.
But for me, what it comes down to is, why is a romance film made?
Right.
It's to have the audience emotionally torn apart because these two people we fell in love with on the screen aren't coming together and falling in love. They're close. There's hints of it. You want it, but it's not happening until the end, or it's not happening at all.
Yeah.
So why the amount of I need this couple to get together is what I'm basing my pick on. And When Harry Met Sally, I want them to get together. The scene where we talk like this, and would you like to go to the movies?
Pecan pie.
When she looks over and giggles and looks back at him, my heart fucking melts. I want them to get together more than anything else in the world. And then when he gets hurt because she's going to the movies and immediately starts making a joke out of it, and she's like, you should start seeing somebody, and he looks this way, and her heart just like, she falls in love with him at that moment. It's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite scenes of all cinema. And I want them to get together. After that, it's like 100% foot on the pedal. I need these two people to get together. What do we have the rest of When Harry Met Sally? Minus the third act, they're together. They're not in love, but they're in the same room with each other. They're always talking to each other. They're together, but they're not together. When they do that shit in Casablanca, it teases you worse than a 13-year-old kid watching Girls Gone Wild late at night. You want that. You want it. You want that so fucking bad it hurts.
Yeah.
It takes it away. You don't know if they're going to get together or not.
Right.
And because I want them two to fall in love more in Casablanca is the reason why I can't even believe I'm saying this right now. The reason why I'm picking Casablanca for Best Picture in the romance movie Oscars.
Yeah. You did not speak a lie that entire time. I agree with everything that you said. And the whole time that you were talking about Harry Met Sally, my thought was, to me, what it's going to boil down to is, because if you're looking at the whole picture of the movie, they're two incredibly different movies. I don't think I could argue that one is better directed than the other. I don't know that I could argue that the performances are better in one or the other. I don't think I could argue that one is written better than one or the other. Like, or if I could, it's like a slight edge one way in this category, but a slight edge one way in this category. So what I'm boiling it down to is when Harry Met Sally is incredibly realistic. Like, that is like a real thing that could play out in real life. Which is great. Casablanca has more of that, like, Hollywood charm. It's investing you in this, like, deeply romantic story that, like, would never really happen, most likely, right? And I personally am always going to be a little more drawn to that. So I'll have what he's having. Casablanca it is.
Salt in the wound. Salt in the wound. Casablanca, Best Picture. Personally,
Yeah.
what helped with my decision is what won Best Script was correct.
Yeah.
When Harry Met Sally, 100%.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm not too butthurt about it. Like I said, it's like, which of your children are you going to save in this situation? Both of those films, top 10 favorite movies of all time.
For sure.
There's not a bad choice.
Excellent.
But those are our Oscar winners. Casablanca, Best Picture. Let us know in the comment section below. Is there a movie we missed in a category? What you think should have won? All that in the comment section down below. Scroll back up. Hit the like button. Share the video. Have a great Valentine's Day, you cocksuckers. And subscribe.
You guys didn't even talk about 51st Dates.
The wedding singer was close for me, too. I would have put that on there for sure.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.